Welcome to Soniq Sounds, guys. Let's mix a 2-track. Let's hop into Logic Pro and see how it's done. Let's listen to it without any kind of processing and see what it sounds like. Okay, let's go ahead and enable all the processing that is right here, and then I'll kind of walk through what each particular plugin is doing so you can get an idea. What a difference. All right, so let's go ahead and go through the vocal processing first. I'm going to go ahead. So these vocals are going into this particular lead chain. So what I'm going to do is disable the lead right now. So first thing we're doing right here on this vocal is cutting off some low end with this EQ. So you can see this EQ right here is cutting off anything really right around, 126 hertz. And then we have a debreather that's controlling the breaths. So when the singer comes in, it's controlling their breath in and out. And then we have some mild tuning going on to the singer. The scale is E minor. Again, I'm just using a modern algorithm. One thing I learned from Mike Dean is keep this around in 20s if you're using a good studio environment. It really gives good results. So let's listen to that with just the EQ, debreath, and the tuning. Let's listen to it without it. And auto-tune really here is not tuning as much as it's adding that texture, that modern sheen to the vocals, right? And then what I'm doing is I'm sending those vocals to my lead chain, which first of all, it's compressing the vocals a little bit. So let's listen to it. All right, so that's that. And then the next thing I'm doing is adding a bit of magic and bit of clarity from this plugin called Soniq by Soundtoys, one of my favorite EQ plugins for vocals to add sheen and shine to it. So let's listen to that. Pretty great. And then what I'm doing is adding a de-esser, because if you go to the later part, there are a lot of sounds with the word S in it. And then what I'm doing is I'm adding a Pro Q3. Again, I'm making another low cut. So after all that processing, a bit of low end was being introduced. And then this is one of my favorite plugins from Waves. If you want to get one plugin for vocals, in addition to CLA vocals, this plugin is amazing. So what it's going to do is it's going to target some of the most common issues that you face with vocals: boxiness, harshness, and the S's. Here, let's see what it's doing. I'm just going to copy this. Tu hai geet mera, jahan se nirala, man meet mera, mil jaye is tarah, do lehrein. And then again, what I'm doing is adding another Pro Q3. I have some Kara presets for crystal clear vocals. So this is what they sound like. Tu hai geet mera, jahan se nira. So you can see there's additional de-essing going on around 2500. And it's dynamically compressing that. It's cutting out some lows, and it's just controlling the mids as well by using multiband EQ. And then I'm sending all of that to a reverb chain. So I'm using Reverb by Waves. So let's listen to that. Tu hai geet mera, jahan se nirala. And in addition to that, I'm also sending an H delay. Just simple settings right here. Let's hear what that sounds like. Tu hai geet mera, jahan se nirala. That sounds buttery. And then what else I'm also doing is, sending it to little micro shifts. So now this is kind of adding that chorus effect. So let's listen to it. Tu hai geet mera, jahan se nirala. And then what I'm also doing is your reverb, delay, and effects are all separate buses, and the reverb and delay are going into this effects chain right here. And what's also happening is I'm cutting out the lows and the highs. So let's listen to just the effects. And then if I didn't have the EQ, it would mud up the vocal and the guitars. You can see that it just narrowed everything if you are listening on good speakers or headphones. So that's all the vocal processing that's happening. And then this is the guitars. So let's see what the guitars are doing. So first thing I'm doing to the guitars is adding a bit of high end because I felt that it was missing a bit of that high end. So just boosted up a bit of EQ. Once I did that, I love this plugin. It's called the Magic Flow by Josh Goodwin. I'm using the Clean Guitars preset. Let's just listen to it before and after. So this plugin does pretty much everything in one go. You have your low cut, high cut filter, you have your compression, you have your multiband, you have your dynamic EQ, and really it does everything. It makes a lot of things sound really, really good just with this plugin on it. You can use it for vocals. I've used it on vocals multiple times. And then the magical thing here is Soothe. And what I'm doing with Soothe is I am side chaining the vocals. So every time this high end frequency between 2 and 16 is coming in for vocals, it's slowly nudging the guitars down so the vocals can breathe into the track. So let's listen to that. If there's one plugin that I absolutely love, it's the Soothe 2 plugin. And then on Master, I have Soothe 2. And the last thing is Ozone 11. I absolutely love it. I put it on the country setting because of the guitars and then tweak some of the settings, but you can see that it's equalizing, adding a bit of compression by different frequencies. Again, this is the latest version, which has a lot of cool features. You have the vintage tape on it, and then also some imager for the stereo, for the high frequencies, and then a maximizer. So let's listen to this without and with. So that was a 2-track mix of one of the tracks that I worked on. As you can see, I use a lot of Waves plugins. If you want to try any of them out, you can find the link in the description. It is an affiliate link. I also use Magic Flow, which I've linked below as well. In addition to that, I use Ozone 11 and my favorite plugin, Soothe 2. These are some of my Swiss Army knives. If you tell me if you're going to go to an island and you're going to need some plugins, these would be it in addition to the Fab Filter Suite. Let me know what kind of issues you guys are running into when you're mixing tracks. Let me know what kind of tutorials you'd like to see in the future. Do you like these walkthrough type of videos that I work on, or do you want to see more breakdown of beats? Do you want to see concepts? Do you want to see plugin reviews? Let me know. I am going to make less videos, but I also want to make videos that are going to help everyone. That's what I started the channel with. So with that, keep making some dope music. I'll see you at the next one.